Hi guys, we are doing another one palette look today. We are doing Too Faced Chocolate Bar, the original. I don't have the semi-sweet or the bonbons yet. They're on my list, but this is what I have. See if I can get it in frame without blinding you. These are the colors. They're very nice. I like them a lot. I have a couple dips in a few of them, but not much. These shadows are pretty densely packed, so I've taken this traveling. I've had it for quite a while, and I have some usage, but I don't have anywhere near pan on any of these, so it's nice. I made this look, so if you want to see how I got it and what I used, you know, besides the fact that I used this palette, keep watching. See you guys in a bit. Alright, hi guys. Already have my base on, so I'm just going to throw on my eyeshadow primer and we can get into it. And I'm still not fully sure what I'm doing. Theoretically, you guys know what I'm doing because you saw the intro, which I will film after this. But I can't decide if I want to do like, kind of like a smokier look with amaretto all over the lid. If I want to just do a nice warm look with like creme brulee and salted caramel. I might try and combine the two and like use amaretto in the outer corner and get something different. I don't know. This is a palette that I've had for a while and I've taken it traveling and like gotten pretty comfortable with it, so I'm not sure. I was kind of hoping all of my, you know, one palette looks would either be like my favorite look out of the palette that I'm just like blown away by, or like trying to make new looks out of palettes I've had for a while. And I don't know how many more different looks I can make out of this, because like it's really nice and I like it a lot, but it is also very neutral. So I'm going to set under my eyes with some translucent powder. I like the RC Mano color powder. I think most people on the internet like this powder because it's really nice and super cheap. So I'm just packing that under my eyes in case of fallout, which I used to get a lot more with this palette, but I don't think I've gotten it in quite a while. I get nervous, so let's start with something easy, and I'm going to pick up white chocolate and use that as my crease to brow bone shade with this Morphe brushy brush, which you guys probably can't see because this is basically my skin tone, which is really nice, and I do appreciate that they put one really big cream shade. It might not be the best if you have any deeper skin tone, but I feel like, at least for me, having a lot of this type of a shadow is nice, because I go through the shadow a lot. These types of shadows, like, if I was to pan a palette and it had a cream shade, that would probably be the first thing to go. Okay, and from there, I'm going to start picking up salted caramel, which is this nice orangey one, with my NYX fluffy blending brush, and we'll put that in the crease, because that's what I almost always put in the crease when I'm working with this palette. Sometimes I'll run something else over it later, change the tone, but I really, really like this crease shade. Enough that I picked up, Sephora had a 500 point perk for a while that was like a little mini chocolate bar, and it had salted caramel in it, and I picked up 2 of them because this shade is just so pretty to me. I really wish Too Faced would start coming out with like single shadows of their most popular, like not like a most popular whatever like the Natural Love was. I just want to be able to replace stuff like this when I go through it, because it seems silly to rebuy a whole palette when you run out of one shade, but this is like my favorite one out of it, and I think you should be able to. I do really, really like this color. And like, it's such a basic, you know, warm, almost peachy brown type color. It's a caramel color. But I really like how it sits on my skin and how it makes my eyes look. Because they already look, at least to me, they already look bluer. Because my eyes are a weird combination of like in between blue and green, where it's like slightly more blue than green, but depending on what I put around it, it can look one color more than the other. So I'm just going to pick that up on a little brush and run Salted Caramel under my eyes, my lower lash line. I think I'm getting kind of dark in the outer corner with this, so I'm going to make it kind of a big section of Salted Caramel, so I have some room to still have it peeking out after I add all the dark colors and depth. I love this color. Okay, so now I have to start picking things. I think I'm going to run some of Semi-Sweet, this one right there. I think I'm going to run some of that in the outer section and then deepen it up further with Cherry Cordial. Yeah, that looks nice. I do really like that about this palette, though, that we have this nice progression between different shades of brown, so you can blend it out. Really get a nice soft gradient going. Okay. Okay, Cherry Cordial, which is this one down here. It's not my favorite color in the palette because the few times I've tried to use it, it's been patchy. But to be fair, I've been putting what's basically a matte with glitter all over my lid when I used it. Okay, I thought it had some nice depth. I could get into using it this way. And of course, can you guys hear the ice cream truck that gives no shits about the fact that it's Sunday and we don't want you in our neighborhood, you stupid ice cream truck. So fucking loud. I hate the ice cream truck. Alright. Nervous. I'm going to, you know what, to deal with my nervousness, I'm going to do my lower lash line in the same pattern with my Pro Smoky Liner. So I'm going to pick up Semi-Sweet and then Cherry Cordial and work out that outer corner on my lower lash line. I think that might have been one of the reasons that this was so popular initially, having all of these browns and similar tones and like the red and the whatever, all in one palette and pretty close in depth. Means you can make these really, really gorgeous multi-dimensional blended looking looks without having to put as much effort you might have had to put in previous combinations. So we're going to try it. I'm picking up, this is my G20 for Morphe, I'm going to pick up Amaretto, which is this one. I'm sorry, I'm trying to show it to you in a way that allows me not to blind you. So I'm going to run that on the outer section. Yeah, I like that. I feel like it looks darker on this side than this one, and I can't tell if that's the shadow from how I'm sitting or the actual product. Nobody knows. I think it'll do. It looks nice. Okay, so let's go in with Creme Brulee, this nice gold color, on my little Ulta brush. Or do I want marzipan? I think I want both. So we're going to start with Creme Brulee and kind of put it more in the center of my lid. Kind of just blending that with Amaretto. Do that on this one as well. Okay, seems to be making a nice gradient, and then I'm going to flip the brush over and use the other side to pick up Marzipan, which is right above it. It's a little lighter. And do that on the inner section, the inner third, blending out over Creme Brulee. I remember originally when I got this thinking just how different Creme Brulee and Marzipan were in tone, and being like, oh, they're so different. They're really not. They're nice. It gives you a bit of an option between the two. I'm going to run over the edge with Amaretto a little more. Just make sure that that stays deep and blended. And then just quickly over the whole thing with my blending brush. Okay. So yeah, you get a nice, or at least I think you get a rather nice ombre effect, which you can't necessarily see on camera as well. I'm going to build up that outer section of Amaretto a little more. And then I think I'm going to take this Luxie brush again with the little bit of Triple Fudge from the top corner. It's this guy. And we're just going to run him just ever so slightly in the outer third. Kind of rocking it in the crease, and we'll run over the edge with our blending brush to make sure it's not too harsh. Just to make it a little smokier in the corner. And do the same on the other side. Okay, and then I have the urge to like run Gilded Ganache on the lower lash line, but I don't think it's gonna do what I want it to do. But I'm gonna try it anyway. So I'm gonna use this brow brush, the angled part of it, and just pick up Gilded Ganache, which is this dark foresty green color and just place it down out here. Yeah, so it's adding depth, but it's not adding green, really. It's already kind of a browny green. More of an olive, khaki type of a green. And then I will just in case it's not blended, blend it. Alright, and then I do want to pick up my Morphe G18, pop that in Champagne Truffle, and put that on my inner corner. Make sure there's no darker shadow fallout on it first, because it will show up. And just so yeah, this palette is lovely if you like neutrals and building a more blended look and you don't need anything too dark. When I first got it, I did think that this was like a really dark palette and I didn't know what to do with like half the shades. It's not that dark. It's actually, like, there's not even... Triple Fudge, which we put in the outer edge, is the darkest color in the whole palette. And it's not that dark. It's medium deep. Alright, so that is the eye look. I will finish up the rest of my face and check back in with the finished look. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so this is the finished look. I threw on some blush and highlight, brows, mascara, and lipstick the rest of my face. And I really like it. I always like what I come up with out of this palette. It's just, it's very nice. It doesn't tend to mess with me. It doesn't go too dark, so you're unlikely to make a big, like, extra smoky mess. And it's just full of these colors that you can just run all over the lid with something in the crease and have a really nice look. Or fade them together like this. Like, I really like this palette. The only thing I don't use a ton is Candied Violet, which I probably need to try out again. Last time I used it, it got weird, so I haven't really messed with it. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope you like what the look turned out as. If you have some more palette requests, comment them down below. If not, I'm going to have to actually go back and check the poll of the original and see what got selected, because we've done 2 more since then, and they were not the ones I had on my list. But I'm happy with them. I'm enjoying doing them. And I'm probably going to be doing a couple more this month, and I really want to keep doing it and getting good looks out of my palettes, bringing back old palettes and doing new stuff with them, and not getting as sucked into the new palettes all the time hype. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.